Hi everyone, Heidi here today, and I am here today to share with you my first video for Pro31 Designs, and I'm so excited. Esmeralda had sent me an email a while back, and she asked me if I would like to be a guest designer for the month of April and May. And I've made a few projects that I've posted on my blog, and I can post links below. I don't normally do videos and stuff. I've only ever done one video, but I know a lot of the ladies that are on her regular design team do the videos. So I thought, well, I'll give it a try and see how it goes here. So she was an Etsy shop, and now she has a .com. There's Pro31Designs.com is her new store, and it's just absolutely wonderful. It's filled with so many wonderful products, lots of embellishments and trims and lace, and she also has scrapbooking supplies and stuff now too, with different papers from companies. So a lot of fun goodies in her store. So if you haven't ever visited Pro31 Designs, you need to go and check out their new store that they have and do some fun crafty shopping. So, and also too, they have a Facebook page, so if you could like them on Facebook, that would be great. And I'll post the links below and stuff. So, okay, let's get started. First, I'm going to show you the card that I designed, and then I will explain a little bit about it. Stuff. So this is the card. And I'll bring it in close here so you can see some of the detail in it. I just absolutely love these roses and the paper. I love how it turned out. So, okay, so I'm going to set this back here, and then I'll tell you about some of the products that I used to create the card. Okay, the first thing that I used was some of this new paper from Pink Paislee, and it's the London Market collection. In this paper, I'm sure a lot of you have already seen it by now, but it is just absolutely gorgeous, especially if you love like the vintage and the shabby chic. Beautiful, beautiful papers. So many fun designs to work with. So there's a little peek at the paper. And then I also used the new matching stamp set from Pink Paislee, the London Market. Here, I'll try to. I've just got a little tabletop tripod here, so sorry if it's a little shaky, but I'm just picking up the camera and moving it along so you can see the stamp set. But I absolutely love the stamp set. And I used the butterflies, or the butterfly stamp here, and then the Sweet Smile stamp. But that matches the new paper. So I used those two products. And then I used these curly roses, and I just absolutely love the curly roses. I love that there is some, there's texture to them, there's dimension, they're a nice size rose to work with. And another great little trick about these, if you don't want the large rose, as you can see on the card here, I have a couple of small little rose buds. And all you do is if you take this and you kind of twist where the rosebud is in there, and you can kind of twist it, and then you'll be able to pull this apart. So you will have your rosebud, which is a nice little size flower. And then I would keep these too, the leftover parts. This is what you're left with. This is the bigger part. And you could put like a large pearl, a large rhinestone in here, a button, and create a totally different look for a flower. Or you could also put in, I know Esmeralda carries some porcelain flowers, and some that also have like porcelain ribbon in them, and you'd be able to put one of those right through there and have a different center for this flower. So I just absolutely love these flowers. Okay, and the next thing that I used was the green leaves, and these are small leaves. These are the small ones, and I'll explain to you too. I know my flowers are a different color, my leaves are a different color, and I did some techniques on them to change the color. So one thing I like about the ivory colored flowers, white and ivories, you can always change the color that you would like on them. And then I also use some of this gorgeous beaded trim. It's like a pearl teardrop trim. And it's just beautiful. And Esmeralda sells this in her shop too. And then I also use some of this, and it's like a bling spray. And you can cut these apart and stuff. Here, let me pull one out. So like each little spray has, move that over there. Okay, each little spray has like 5 little bling pieces on it, but you can cut these apart too. You don't have to use it just as the one bling piece. You can snip those apart and glue them in where you want. So, okay, all right, now I'll describe the card a little bit more to you. Okay, I'll start out with the roses down here. Okay, like I said already, I took one of the larger curly roses, and then I also used 2 centers. So I have like 2 little rose buds. And I used a few different colors of ink to get the color that I wanted. I was trying to match up the color of the roses that's in the pattern paper here. So first what I did, I made a wash. I have several of the distressed ink pads, the Ranger ink pads, and I have a few of the ink refills too and stuff, but I made a color wash with the Victorian Velvet color, and I misted that on the roses first. And then I took the aged mahogany and the antique linen, and those I just pressed the ink pads down on my craft mat and used a brush and some water, and then I was able to come in and add kind of the brown tones. You can see, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but like the brown tones in there, and then the deeper color is the aged mahogany. So that's how I colored the flowers. And once they were dry, then I applied a real chunky glitter on them. I loved using chunky glitter for vintage and shabby chic style cards and stuff. It looks like the glass, like the glass shards glitter and stuff. So, and then once the glue and the glitter, once that was dry on there, then I used some of this distress stain in antique linen. And at first I was going to try to dab it on the flowers, but because of the glitter in there, and then this has a little foam applicator on the tip of it, the glitter started to get kind of stuck in there. So I just pressed this down on my craft mat, and then I just used a brush to apply it and stuff. So, and for the leaves, you can see here in the background, what I did for those is I started out with the green leaf, and then I applied the paint dauber. It's in Snow Cap. I just applied this to the entire leaf on the front and the back, waited for that to dry, and then I took each leaf and pressed it into the Vintage Photo Distress ink. And then I used a brush and water to kind of spread that out a little bit. And then I applied glitter. And once the glitter was dry, then I also came back in and added the antique linen distress stain. So that is how I achieved the look of the roses. And I was able to get a pretty close match with the color on the pattern paper and stuff. So I just made the little cluster of roses. I also added in some of the crystal bling in here, and I cut those apart and glued those in. And then I added some of the pearl teardrop trim to the bottom of the card. And then for the sentiment on the card, I have Sweet Smile with a butterfly on the inside. And these are Spellbinders die cuts. This one here is called Romantic Rectangles. And I stamped the sentiment and the butterfly with rich cocoa ink from Memento. And then I left the paper inside the die template, and I did a little bit of inking on the inside with antique linen ink. For the frame in the background here, that started out as craft paper, and I came in and added I love these little paint daubers, but I added the Snow Cap paint dauber in the white, and then I inked around the outside edge here with vintage photo ink, and then also the rich cocoa, the Memento ink. I inked around the edge of that just to achieve that look there. So, and this die cut here is from the Antique Frame and Accents collection. Okay, and then I also wanted to add the little butterfly here, and this butterfly here is the same butterfly as this one. I know it doesn't come out as clear, but I stamped it and then I fussy cut it, and then I added some water around it, and I used the Victorian Velvet ink and also the Aged Mahogany and Antique Linen on this little butterfly here and stuff. So, but this is the same butterfly as this one right here. And then these two here are die cuts, and they're from the Wonderful Wings set from Spellbinders. And I used the Victorian Velvet for the butterfly in the background and edged it with the Aged Mahogany. And for this one here, it's on an ivory cardstock, and I used the Antique Linen. And then I added some glitter. The body for the little butterfly here is a piece off of the pearl teardrop trim and stuff. And then I just added some glitter and stuff to the butterfly, and to give it kind of that antique-y look, I also added some of the antique stain. So, well, I hope that you like the card that I've shared with you today. I will try and see if I can do some more videos. Hopefully this video, everything will turn out right with it. I want to say a huge thank you to Esmeralda. I absolutely love her product. She is so generous, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be the guest designer for April and May. And please visit her her new shop. Like I said, it's Pro31Designs.com. She has just absolutely beautiful stuff in there. And also visit them on Facebook and like them. And I will leave a link below to the different products that I used, and to her new store, the Facebook, and also to my blog. So, and I will be putting still shot pictures on my blog too, with explanation also of what I did. And my blog is Embellished-Dreams.blogspot.com. So I hope you'll stop by and visit. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.